Why don't people understand?
Can we explain it? Will they listen?
Unleash reality.io.
Hey everybody, here we go with NFT Creation 101. We're not going to get too horribly crazy with this. We can do some more, but for right now, what I want to do is just walk through what I did. I created a collection on OpenSea, and I'll walk you through exactly what I did, how I did it, give you some basic pointers and the directions that you should go. You got to play with it. You got to experiment. That's the only way you're going to create. And you're going to create a lot of things that you're not going to use. And that's okay, because at least I use Night Cafe like we had talked about last night. It's what Faz uses for a lot of his creations with zip bugs. It costs anywhere between 5 and 8 cents to create one of the, images that you can use and move forward with. If you don't like it, it's not a big deal. So let's hop in, see where we go with this. All right, so here is the collection that I created last month, right? I'm a big fan. I love like bright neon colors, anything neon. Yellow happens to be my favorite color, so I try and do a lot of yellows. I do a lot of rich blues. I love the bright red. And I put it into categories. So you kind of have to decide what it is you want to go for. You don't have to pigeonhole yourself or paint yourself into a corner and say, this is exactly what I'm going to do and I'm only going to do this. You can be random. It just seems like people look forward to, like Faz does with his bugs, different iterations of kind of the same thing. And so with that, I created like 5 different categories. And as you'll see here, I labeled it as Series 1. Because I'll probably do more. I might stick with the same thing. I might go somewhere a little bit different. But I took this kind of to the next level because I wanted to experiment. I wanted to have some fun. So a lot of these, I did themes. I'm not religious one bit, but I do enjoy religious lore and things like that. I love learning about religion. So I did a whole religious series. I did some cyborgs. I did some space themes. I'm into the gaming thing now. I know I talk about how I'm not a gamer. I'm kind of getting excited about a lot of these games, so I do that. I love abstract art. I love mixing different styles together. These are absolutely fantastic things that you can create just by using your imagination. All of these I created over the course of about 3 or 4 days. And in some of these, I have some hidden content. Anime, I love the anime. Man, this one came out really, really well. I thoroughly enjoy some of that. So let me see if I can find one that has some of the... Oh, here's a good one. I love this one. This one reminded me of like what I would imagine... some wild, wicked, dark elf would see in Mirandus, right? So this one is a fantastic picture, and it does have some unlockable content in it. So if you just look at it... Oh, come on, OpenSea is going to be a bear tonight, I can see. Hopefully it doesn't take forever. All right, it'll render it out. Anyway, let's take a look at the content. So the unlockable content, I use IPFS to host all the images for these, as well as like with this one, it has music associated with it. I used an AI platform to create brand new AI music that no one else will ever be able to create. And I tried to, when I created these music files for some of these, I tried to select styles that would capture what you feel when you see the image, right? So I take it to another level, right? So I'll post a link to this one, but it's free. It doesn't cost you anything to host on IPFS. So that makes it fantastic. It's quick, it's easy, it's simple. You can put that so whoever owns this NFT has access to that content. And there's 2 files that I put in there. Um, I think they're fantastic, right? You have to look at your properties. These are really important. These are as time goes on, I'm hoping OpenSea makes it a little bit easier to create these. Either that or I'm just stupid because I'm new at this and I don't know how to do it in a time easy way, right? You got to create it each time when you go in and do that. And it'll keep track of the same properties that you use for different ones, and that's what gives it the rarity, right? So, in order to get these, we have to start with our AI rendering, right? And so to get this, there's a dozen places you can go now. One of the best out there is Midjourney. It's a Discord-based AI generation. It's a little bit more pricey. I like the simplicity of Night Cafe, right? So you get an account on Night Cafe. You sign in with email or through like Google, or I think they even have like a Facebook one. And you get your account here and you have different styles that you can choose when you create. Okay. Stable diffusion. This is what Midjourney uses. This is also one of the more advanced ones. What I have found is Night Cafe is about 1 iteration behind the most recent Stable Diffusion. Okay. So in order to get yourself set up, you create your account and you can buy credits, right? So each of these credits runs anywhere between 5 and 7 cents. So if you go to the Get Credits page, if you want to do this on a regular basis, they have monthly subscriptions. You get 100 credits a month for 10 bucks, 250. All right. Of course, it's recommending that because I spend a little bit more than that. But what I like about this is if you scroll down, you can just get credit packs. And this is what I do. I'll go in for 60 bucks. I'll buy 1,000 credits. And that'll last me a heck of a long time. I mean, I can make a ton of creations for that. And so I've got about 315. The beauty on this too is if you log in every day, you'll get 5 free credits, right? So if you don't feel like creating for a week, you take a week off. Long as you log in, click the button, you'll get 25 to 35 free credits a week. They want you using this, right? They want you creating. So they make it real easy, real simple. If you go into your creations tab, any creation that you make or have ever made will show up in here. Like some of these, like I was talking about, some of these like totally look like ass, right? And you wouldn't want to sell them. This one, I love this series because you can pop over and continue to make iterations of this one off of it after it was done, right? So if we click on it, it'll take you to all the settings that you used when you did it. This image right here, I was a black and white photographer for years, circa 2003, 2004. And I did a fantastic photo shoot with somebody in Barstow, California. And this is an abandoned old style, like early 1900s train station. And I got some fan-frickin-tastic shots in the desert of this abandoned train station. So I use that as my start image. And as we go through and we create one together, you'll see where you can plug in a start image. Okay. But this image I put in with these phrases here that I have up here. Color explosion, cyberpunk, Blade Runner, neon oil painting, and you can specify what artist you like. And it can be any artist. It doesn't have to be one that they have in there. I'll show you how that works. You can name any artist. It's smart enough. It'll quickly pull Google, find out what the style of that artist is, and it'll render it in that. So that picture turns into this, right? So it made it into like a cyberpunk hallway. Looks like going out into an ocean. I mean, it's just cool stuff, right? Very, very cool stuff. A lot of these other ones, I used still photos. I took some of my black and white photography. If we go 2022 NFTs, this is where I have a lot of my photography that I did. I use these as the starting images for this, and you can guide it around a little bit and tell it how much of what image you start with, where it'll end up. Okay, so we'll go through. We'll grab one of these images and we will make a brand new neon NFT. This one was cool too. So you kind of learn. Oh, another one of my favorites. I wanted like this medieval dungeon, like torture chamber, witch hunt kind of feel, but I wanted it to be modern and like edgy. And of course I have to have the neon in there, and it didn't put enough neon in there. I want to go back and I'll play with this some more and put some more neon into it. But that is fantastic. You tell it where to put the lighting. It adjusts the lighting for you. This is like big, guys. You can literally get anything that you want. And you can start with an image or you can just start with text. So when you have your creations, you can select them, you can modify them, you can tell it what to do. So I put in here, imagine a group of old men with white hair and long beards living in the woods. The scene is intricately detailed with dramatic lighting, and you go on and on and on. You can talk to it forever. You don't want to go too deep on it because it does weight what you say at the front first. Now, as we get into it, you'll see you can have it render a bunch of images at once. You don't have to do these one at a time. You can ask it for like 9 different images like I did here, and it'll list them out, and then you can tweak them, you can adjust them. If you click on them, you can work with that specific one. Let's pull one of these up. Let's work with this one. Is that duplicate, evolve? We can change it, we can download it, use as the primary, right? So we'll start this, it'll come back up here. Here's our group of old men with white hair in the woods with dramatic lighting. We can then go to that point, we can enhance it, we can evolve it. We can take this and add some more words, take some words out, and get a whole new iteration based on this picture. You can spend like hours, and I've spent hour after hour after hour here. It's absolutely fantastic. So let's go ahead and let's find an image to do. Hey, no problem, Logan. Thanks for joining. So let's start with a creation method, right? Let's start with Stable Diffusion. Now, this is where everything spawns from. This is where we enter what we want to get out of the AI, right? And what it will render for us. So we can add our modifiers. They make it easy for some of the noobs. I used this quite a bit when I first started playing around with this, and then after a while I didn't need it. But you can click on like CGI character in black and white, photorealistic, right? And it will take this text prompt and automatically add it. As we can see here, we click done. It adds all this in here, right? We don't need all of that, right? We can take some of this out of here, and then we want to, at the front where the weight of what the AI will read for what you want, we'll put it in there. It tells us right there, right? Too many words. So we're going to get rid of a lot of that. We'll get rid of DLSR, Canon lens. I do like natural lighting. We'll take all this photography out of here. The bokeh is really good. I hope I pronounced that right. Disney concept art, Maya 3D. We'll take 3D shading. 3D bright neon shading. Bright neon colored background. And let's go right up front. All right, hang on. So we're going to choose a start image. Let's choose our start image. We'll go with, that's my daughter's drawing. She made one. She wants to do NFTs. Let's go to upload an image. We'll go to 2020 NFTs. And here's one with a kind of a face shot that we want. We'll start with that one. It'll upload and we'll choose. Okay, so we want to see this as a, we can just think of pretty much anything we want. Futuristic, too many words. Futuristic, gaming, character. Let's get some of this stuff out of here. Because if you put too much in here, it makes it look like ass. Reimagined by Industrial Light and Magic. Ooh, by Industrial Light, that might look kind of cool. Resolution post-pa, close-up portrait. We've got that. All right, that's kind of good enough. We'll see what it spits out, right? So let's come down here. I like it square, but you can choose these other ones. Here's the thing, though. I found pretty quickly that when you put them on OpenSea, if you start choosing random ones, it really makes it look like crap. So I try and stick with the square. This is your AI seed. And believe it or not, if you just change the seed with the exact same words, it'll give you a completely different image. You'll find seeds that you like using. All right. It will give you certain effects. It will provide a certain look that you like. So if you find some, keep a clipboard, like a notepad on your computer, open so you can copy and paste what seed you like. For these purposes, we'll just leave it random. This is really important right here, your prompt weight. How much should the final image match the prompt? And when it says careful, too much can overcook your image, I promise you too much will overcook your image. I've ruined like so many because I put that up way too high, right? So I found that like 60 is as high as you want to go. The noise weight, how much noise to add to it? More noise is more divergence from the start image. So in other words, how close to this image do we want the final result to be? About halfway. Sometimes you want it, 10%. That would mean we're not going to change it very much from the original image. Whereas if we go up here, we say, you know what? We don't like the way she looks in this one. We want it to look completely different, right? So same thing. You can go nuts with that. We'll leave it. Let's try about 40. We want it mostly kind of what we're looking at. This is where you will get into using the credits, right? So 1 credit's about 6 cents. So for 6 cents, it'll generate 4 AI images for me, and I can work with those at that point to either enhance them, change them, use them, do whatever I want. I generally like going with the 9 images because you'll end up coming back here and pushing the button 4 more times when you adjust things. You'll kind of see what you like in what direction, and it'll tell you which way to go. Runtime down here. All right. The longer you let the AI run, the more it's going to cost you. But generally, you'll get a little bit better quality, a little bit closer to what you want. You know what? I rarely, very rarely, there was probably out of all those NFTs that you saw on my page, maybe 4 or 5 that I ran for longer than short. It does just fine on short. All right. You can, again, experiment, play around. For $50, you can play on here for 2 months and generate, hundreds, if not thousands of images. I'm going to give you a recommendation here too. For this output resolution, always go with thumbnail. All right. It doesn't bump up your credits. The low res won't matter. You're going to get 4 low res images and you might hate all of them. So you've spent extra money. With a thumbnail, you can always hit the enhance button after it renders and make it into whatever size you want to make it into. So it doesn't really matter right now, just generating the images, what that's about. So we're gonna spend 2.25 credits. So we're gonna spend about 14 cents on this, and let's create what we've got there. And so it'll run here, and as it runs, you'll see like all kinds of, and you'll go, oh my God, that's terrible. Well, you just gotta wait a minute. As it runs, it does other things. While that's running, I'm gonna walk you through the other things that you'll need, right? So I bumped into this NFT storage. It's IPFS storage that is unlimited and 100% free. Okay. It's amazing when you bump into that and you say, what's the catch? There is no catch, right? This is on, by the way, based on Filecoin. This is the Filecoin blockchain. Why in the world would they offer free storage for people who want to make NFTs and stuff like that? Well, really simple. In order to have Filecoin miners producing blocks, they get a bonus if they host people's NFTs. They get a 10% mining bonus if they offer services to store people's stuff. So they're getting paid a tremendous amount of mining tokens, which they can turn around and sell, which is more than I'd be willing to pay them for the storage. So it works out really well. That's why a lot of these are free, and it's fantastic. There's no KYC, there's no garbage. You hit the login button and you put your email in here. Hello at crypto.io. Okay, it's a simple login. I go to my email. I wait. Log into NFT storage. I click login. That wasn't the new one. I gotta wait for the new one. Hang on. Let's go back over to our email. And let's wait for, oh, it was 2 hours ago. No wonder. Log into NFT storage. Here we go. Come on, you. Spin up. Everything's running slow because I've got a kind of crappy computer, and unfortunately I have like a million things running. So here's the Filecoin providers who's hosting my stuff. It even tells you that, right? These are my pictures. These are my music files that I attach to the NFTs. These are the NFTs themselves. This is fantastic. You have what's called NFT Up, which is part of this. And it'll download you a little zip file, and it's an executable file to where you can, it's like an FTP transfer protocol. It's like a little Explorer window, and you dump all the files that you want to upload into that. You just drag and drop them, hit a button, pow, it shoots them up here. All right. And then all you need is your link. So you copy the link, which was the link that I showed you where it said IPFS, that's the address. You copy this, you put IPFS://, and any browser like Brave, or if you have Chrome extensions or Firefox that can read IPFS addresses, it just works just like a website, okay? So you can easily and quickly pop that up there, and it works wonders. This thing is fantastic. It hasn't been down yet. I got on this last month when I made this. That's why I've been off Discord and CFA quite a bit lately. I've been doing a lot of this creation stuff, right? I've got a ton of these things. I've been playing. I like to get in and get my hands dirty, right? When I go and I research tokens, or if I want to learn how to make NFTs, I throw myself into it, man. I got a full-time job. I got a family, dogs, kids, the whole 9 yards. I have to spread my time out pretty thin. That's why I'm always tired and cranky too, because I'm up till midnight every day. But I'll sit and on the weekends and stuff, I'll spend hours, creating or researching or building. I've made my own websites. I keep my business going. I've built websites for other people, but I get everything going. Let's see if our creation is done. Let's click on that. Yeah, see, this didn't come out too terribly horrible. I don't know why it has naked women on here. This one's kind of cool, and I kind of like this one. This one, maybe that could be kind of cool. But if we want to select it and work with it, we come down here. Let's work with this one. So we click that. We come up here. Now we can, if we like it, we can enhance it, right? So it does cost you credits, again, 6 cents a piece. We can bring this all the way up to 3072 by 2688 pixels. Very high quality. We upscale it. It'll pop it right into your main collection. See, it'll pop it right in there. So then you can use that. All right. So once that's done, what we will do is take it out to a file folder, and then we will take it to your account. And I would strongly recommend making a new MetaMask wallet address and new OpenSea account to keep all that stuff separate. Of course, you don't have to. I'm not here to tell you what to do. Crypto is... The beauty of it is you get to do whatever the hell you want to do, right? It just makes it easier to keep all that stuff separate, especially if people do buy it. The money that you make goes into one specific place, and it makes it way easier to manage that and pull data for taxes and all that fun stuff, right? So we're going to take this one. This one is now ready. It is upscaled. We're going to take this one. And let's go ahead and download this guy. All right, so we've got it here. Let's click into there. We'll take this one, and we will copy it. We'll come down here. We'll drop it in this folder, and we'll use that. All right, we're going to rename it while we're at it. Let's rename it to... CFA example .jpg. Okay. Good. It's up close to. There's my first dog I ever had as an adult. That's my Tequila. Made it 14 years with her. Shepherd Husky mix. I had her and one of her puppies. Absolute fantastic dog. 14 years made it with her, and she still played like a puppy. All right, I get distracted easy. See, we always get distracted on these dog things. All right, so we've got everything ready to go. We've got, we can upload it here. I'm not, for purposes of this, I'm not going to add anything to it, but you can figure that out. It's just like any other file explorer. You drop it in there. We come over to where we're going to put it, right? We're gonna upload what we just created and create an NFT, right? So you have your account. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna create a new item. So let's go grab our NFT. It's really point and click. CFA example. Okay, click open. There we go. The item name. The CFA neon example, and I can't spell. External link. This is where you would put your IPFS number. Just for grins and giggles, let's go ahead. I don't know what this is. I don't know which one's which now. I have it in a file somewhere. But if we were to just copy the ID. We come back over here. We can Control V it. IPFS. :/. Okay, that's our external link. I'm not going to leave that in there because I don't know which one that is. I'm not giving free NFTs away, right? Description. This is a very cool NFT we created while on a live show talking about how to create NFTs. We can add it to, you might have multiple collections on here. Those are easy to create. It's going to be in our Neon Artist Series 1 collection. We're going to add our properties. Remember, this is where your rarities come from, where your rarity scores are. Okay, so you have to, where's my, I don't think I have it. We're not going to go through this here, but you would type in, for example, the trait is female. Or gender, right? Let's not have the gender argument, but we can do it that way. All right, and you can add more. We're going to come in here. We're going to say, is it a portrait? We can say yes or no or whatever trait you want it to have. You can, so the bonus content, right? Remember I said I put bonus content in there? Bonus. Okay, you would add photo in here, or if there's music, and it tracks all these, and that's where whenever you see these attributes and what Rarity Tools uses and everything else, this is where you enter these, right? So I'm going to get rid of all this, and we're just going to call this the test, and we're going to call it yes. Okay, and we're going to hit save. So you can add as many of those as you want. Levels, right? So you can level up with this. You can say if this character, if you're creating multiple ones for gaming or action, you can create your levels here. Stats, numerical traits that show up as numbers, same thing. You can put stats in there. If you have the unlockable content, which only the owner of the NFT can see, okay, here is your other IPFS where you would put that stuff, okay? Those of you who know Markdown, that's supported there. If this is explicit and sensitive content, we're not going to take the weird nude ones they made and put those up there. Supply, right? Is this a one of one? All of mine are one-to-ones. You may not, right? You may want to create 10 copies of each NFT that you create. Again, that's up to you. However you want to work it. So that's how many copies you want. There's no gas cost, which is absolutely beautiful, right? You can post all of these for sale, and it costs you $0, folks. The only thing it costs you is the credits on Night Cafe to get started. And $50, I mean, come on. It's tough out there, but you can find $50 if you really want to do this. You can find $50 and go create some NFTs. If any of you, by the way, do go out and start creating some of this stuff, shoot me a link. I'd love to see what you do, right? You can select Ethereum, Polygon. They're working on getting Solana up for people, all right? They don't have it up quite yet. The wallet, I noticed, you finally can start using your wallet up here for Solana and Avalanche and stuff like that, but they're not quite there yet with minting. So we're going to mint this on Ethereum. So you can freeze your metadata after it's created. It has to be created first. So what is freeze your metadata, right? So this is something when you're buying NFTs, you should be looking at. So metadata is a fancy term. Think of it as what makes this NFT what it is, the picture, the description, everything, right? If that metadata isn't frozen, if you buy that NFT, let's say you buy this example NFT, right, that we're making here. And I'm one of those nefarious jackasses that we bump into in stories other people tell about rugging a project or just being a complete asshat in this space. I could come back 3 months after you buy this and change the picture if the metadata is not frozen, right? So you got to watch for that. Obviously, ones that do have frozen metadata and are verified creators, people that you know, or that are recommended to you, fantastic. All right, so we've got all this. Everything is the way that we want it for this. We've added everything. It does take time, guys. So another thing, everybody with their instant gratification, it takes you a substantial amount of time to create an NFT, right? So we're whipping through this so that I don't keep you up all night or all afternoon away from your family on a weekend learning how to do NFTs, right? So it takes the ones I created that I really put that effort into trying to get exactly what I was looking for. It would take me 5 or 6 iterations sometimes to get exactly what I wanted. And that would take a half an hour. And then getting the music created from one of the music sites, playing with the music to get the music right. That would take another half hour, and downloading the files, putting them all together, and then typing all this up. It could literally, just to get one done, it could take an hour, hour and 15 minutes. Maybe you're faster. Maybe you do it differently. Maybe you do it faster. But that's part of the cost of that NFT too. You see a lot of these artists, you say, oh my God, that's like half an ETH for that thing. Are you kidding? It's a JPEG that they created on an AI thing. Well, no. A lot of the artists, I know Faz is this way. Faz doesn't just throw anything out there, a picture of a paper bag, and let the AI do all the work. He literally hand draws everything that he does. He uploads it, he tweaks it, he runs it through 5 different filters at 4 different sites to get exactly what he's looking for. It can take him 2, 3, 4 hours to make a zipbug. It took me roughly an hour for each group that I did, because there were certain groups, if I was doing like the religious group, I could whip through that pretty fast and get the raw images that I like, and then it was just tweaking. Once you get your process down, you can cut the time down tremendously. But these are not 30 seconds and you're selling shit. Okay, I want to make that like perfectly clear. And we will create. Switch. Oh, I probably had my MetaMask over on Polygon. I was playing with some stuff on Polygon earlier today. Switch. Okay, let's try this again. Did we get it? Did it take it? Or no, it just made me switch. Now let's create. Almost done. Nope, I'm not a robot. Let's find all the taxis. Please wait. Okay, so what this is doing is taking all this data, writing it up, and bada bing, bada bang. You've just created it. Now, they give you some cool things. You can copy the link to this so you can send people directly to OpenSea, right? You can share it if you connect your Facebook, your Twitter, your Telegram. You can share it automatically from here if that floats your boat. Rock on and do it. All right, we've got all this here. All right, we've created it 26 seconds ago. All right. So now, in order to go sell it, you sell it just like you sell any other NFT that you got, right? You click over here on sell. You can do it for a fixed price. We're going to sell this for 0.00. What number do I like today? 4. For $5.12. How long do you want to sell it for? We're going to sell it for 1 month. You can do times, you can do auctions. Sometimes if you want to get your art seen, you can do some timed auctions for like the weekend, and it'll highlight it when users go to the auction. It'll say what's for auction, and it'll include it in there. You get some kind of free marketing with that. You have more options down here. You can sell as a bundle. I can bundle this with 5 other. If I wanted to like sell the whole series as one for a collector, right? I could put the whole female gaming NFT people together in a bundle, and I could sell it as a bundle. I can reserve it for a specific buyer, right? So if Faz says, dude, I love it, I want that one. Or HB comes in and says, man, can you save that for me? Um, I really want that. I got to go sell a bunch of stuff. I'll buy it on Monday. I can reserve it for a specific buyer. He gives me his address. I put that in there. I'm assuming HB's a he. I always do that. Just slap me in the comments if I'm wrong. And you're sensitive about that. I don't mean to. It's just I'm a boy, so I use he more. You can get your service fees and your creator fee. You can change your creator fees if you want. I generally leave it at 7.5. I'm not looking to make $1 million off royalties, and that does prevent people from selling it, as we know, right? So we complete our listing. Oh, it's below the floor plate. It'll warn you here, right? The floor price I have is 0.05. For some of my pieces. So let's just do this. It'll warn you. It's not like it's not going to let you post it. But it does give you a warning just so you don't finger mush and accidentally post something for cheap, right? It's supposed to help you. Okay. 89% below the floor price. Don't care. This is an example. It'll give you your approval in your MetaMask. Come on. Spin, spin, spin. Okay, we come down, we sign it, and you're done. DUN done. All set, ready to go. You are listed, and it is for sale for $8.96. All right, tells you when it ends, just like you sell anything else, like your NFTs, your Gala Games NFTs, or any of your other ones that you have. Go have some fun with this, right? Even if it's just a tiny bit, if you want to just try it out, all right. There's other places that you can go. Like I said, it doesn't have to be Night Cafe, but it does. It's pretty cheap here. $8, man, for 40 credits. You can just go wild and go play. Oh, nice, Logan. You build a city on a circuit board using Night Cafe. Yeah, it is. So it is, and it inspires you, right? I am not a full-blown artist. I enjoy art. Like I mentioned, and you've seen with my black and white photography from years ago. I was real serious about it when I was younger. I still enjoy it now. I only do black and white now. I did some of the color, as you see from the example that we used, and some of them I took in color and then with software rendered them in black and white. I never took it that deep. I never considered myself an artist, but I love creating things. I do love creating things. And this gives me an opportunity to create whatever I want. And I can leave it up there, and there's no disappointment, right? It's not my full-time job. I'm not relying on the income from this. I'm not as passionate. It won't break my heart if nobody ever buys my NFTs. I just love creating them. But hell, if I can make like $30 selling an NFT, hell yeah, I'll take that all day long, and I think you would too. So if you have an artistic bone in your body, go for it. And if you create it, it doesn't have to be Night Cafe. It can be any image that you have. You can create any, like I could take like straight out of this photography. I could take this and I could create and just use this photo and make that an NFT if I wanted to. It doesn't have to be anything AI. Again, it's whatever you consider art. So I think you could have a lot of fun with this. I think that was all, the quick and dirty on that. If you have questions, of course, you know where to find me in the Discord. Some final thoughts that I have. Go nuts, go crazy, enjoy it. As we learn, we'll share with you. I know Faz loves, he loves to talk about his zip bugs. He did like 40 minutes on his zip bugs. Yesterday, he has his physical NFTs coming out very soon, which I can't wait for. We'll talk about it a lot more. I mean, we may even do a podcast. We've talked about it before, adding like a rando show to do that. If not, I'll do these. I'm happy doing it. Maybe Faz can join me on mine, on the Unleash Reality side. So if there's other artists that are out there, we could do a side by side. We could do a show on it. You want to talk about NFTs? You want to talk about art, AI creation? I would love for some people. I have a whole host. Let me pop back to my screen share here again. I have a whole folder. I've gotten into this. I'm one of those people, like on weekends, like later tonight after we end this cast, I'll go on like these rabbit holes in YouTube, right? And I love, there's this guy, I'll see if I can link him. I'm going to go back and tweak the show notes on YouTube after. I'll see if I can find his link and put it in there. This guy, he sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I think he's from Austria. He is an AI freak. This guy, he's like so deep into AI, and he points you in all these different directions, and you go and explore. I've used literally just about every single one of these. There's for music, I compose music with Iva. It's a fantastic. I don't need these headphones, I don't think anymore. Iva, I created a lot of the music, and it's very inexpensive to get a program there, so you can get the rights to use the music commercially. You know, if you're using it just for personal stuff, I don't think they charge you anything. Text to speech UberDuck is fantastic. Even something cool like this. I played around with this quite a bit. It's an AI that's hooked up to a company that will also help you create logos, right? So it'll give you some great business name, right? So we're going to do NFT artist on OpenSea for neon art. That's what I'm doing. We're going to build a brandable business name, right? So generated randomness. I want high random ideas. I want it like all over the place. Name style, brandable names like Google and Rolex. 2 words, compound words, short phrase. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just see what the hell it does. So initializing. So it gives you ideas for names on the OpenSea, spelled that way. So this is important to note, right? So add. So somebody already has Neon Pier, all right? And you can buy it for $2,600. No thanks. You can get some inspiration if nothing else. NFT Lab, it allows you to register this. So nftlab.com is probably not taken, or you can do IO or whatever, and it gives you these ideas. Neo Riot, that's kind of cool. I kind of like that. We Care, that's kind of cool. Aesthetic Neon, My Muse, UX Gallery, that's kind of cool. But anyway, just to give you an idea, right? Let's say we love Open SI art. That's actually kind of cool, right? So you click on it. You don't have to buy it through here. You can go buy everything else everywhere else. But you can. They do allow you to purchase it here if you want to. I go other places. I created 2 of the logos for companies that I work with. I created for my wife's company, who she's a ghost hunter. We're probably going to do some ghost hunting podcasts and shows coming up soon too. But I created her website and her logo through Brandmark. So you can click through and it gives you other ideas, and you can buy these as logos. It's like ridiculously cheap. I think the logo, and it gives you like literally over 1,000 renderings in all kinds of different things for like $25. I mean, it's like crazy. The AI is so cheap to work with. And you can go through. Now that's cool. That is a cool logo. If I was doing this and I wanted to be Open SI art, I would do that. I would probably take this and render this in the editor that they have down here. You can go into the editor. I would make the SI probably bigger. I love the colors. I might change this graphic out to something a little different, but this splash in the back and the font that they used, I love it. Right? So these AI things, brand yourself, man. Um, on here, on my main, let me see if I can go back here. See if it'll pop up. Nope. We want to go to our profile. This banner that I made here, I did that in Inkscape. All right. I took one of my neon art pictures that I created. I put it as the background in Inkscape. I created the funky custom lettering that talked about neonartist.eth. I created my own cool PFP, and that PFP I used AI to render a mask, the anonymous mask, right? So I think I still have it, unless my daughter stole it. I think she stole it. I went to Amazon and for like $11 I got a Halloween mask of Anonymous, right? And so I used that. I took a picture and I uploaded it and I rendered my very own PFP. So all this can be done for pennies on the dollar. You have an up and running business. You can brand it. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. I hope you guys get a lot out of this. If you want to do another show, talk about something a little bit further, we can do that. If you want me to do a show on some of the AI stuff, I'm big into that. I spend hour upon hour upon hour going through all this. They have content writers, right? So if you want to be, guys, like the rabbit hole goes on forever. You can write the content for your NFTs. You can put in the concept. If you're not real good with writing, put in kind of what you want to say, and it will write that paragraph for you to make it sound professional. Same with headline generator. You want a great name for your NFTs, right? So we can kick this out. We'll open this in a new tab. Headline generator, so we can make some awesome titles. So we want a gamer girl in neon outfit. I don't want an assignment. Get out of here. Neon outfit. Looking off into the distance. I mean, I don't know, right? So if we go to get headlines, no, get out of here. No, close. Get headlines. Thinking. Okay, you scroll down. What you should do for your gamer girl, right? How to make gamer girl look like $1,000,000. And you can then take these as marketing ideas or titles or anything else. You can get ideas right off of here. I mean, it's crazy what you can do with AI if you know where to look. Your whole NFT business can be based solely through AI with your prompts, right? So that'll do it for today. Those of you who watched, thanks for coming by. We will see you very, 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 very soon. We have coming up, maybe I'll do another show on something if somebody really wants it. Otherwise, Thursday is the Dow Talk, and next Friday is, of course, Faz Radio. So